Thanks for tuning in to Urban Scope Podcast. I'm back with my Madden 26 review. Now, I've been off Madden for a few years now, just because it's became very complacent. They became very lazy with the gaming. It feels like they was just putting new players on there and kept the same gameplay, didn't alter anything, just kept it the same. And I've been playing Madden since 2000. I got my first Madden in 2000 when I was 12 years old, I want to say. But over the last 5 years, I just lost tremendous interest in this game until now. Now, this year, I pre ordered the game last Thursday. So I was able to play it a week earlier. And I played it a lot throughout the weekend just to see, seeing what's changed, what's the feel like, what's the gameplay. Because I've been told by a lot of people that it's different this year. They actually fixed a lot of things. They're trending in the right direction. So I wanted to try it out for myself, just watching videos on YouTube and things like that. You don't get the true feel for it. I had to see it for myself firsthand. And I was able to get a discount on it because I bought college football already. So I was already, incentivized to get the game. Um, but I think college football, put the pressure on Madden to get better because now they actually have competition and people were saying they're not playing Madden anymore. They're only playing college football because the gameplay was a lot different. But upon playing this game, I immediately loved the presentation of the game. It has Saquon Barkley running, and he's doing that legendary, jump backwards against the defender. The gameplay was more darker. It had a more serious feel to it. It didn't feel gimmicky or like they were trying to do any trying to crossover type of deals or anything like that. So I love the presentation and the main menu decor starting off. And then to top it off, they bring the music back because back in Madden 03, 04 time period, they started to dibble and dabble in music, but they had great artists and artists that you never heard of, great music from other genres like rock and roll and pop that I loved that you played the game so much you had fell in love with these songs and you didn't even realize it. But they did that with this soundtrack, but they had classic songs like 50 Cent's in the Club, Busta Rhymes' Woo-Ha. So it definitely had the nostalgia feel of the old Madden with the soundtrack and bringing back these classic hits that were legendary in the early 2000s. But even though everyone has Apple Music or Spotify now that you can play in the game, but it's nice to just go off the music from the game. But the franchise mode had a lot of story modes on it and different scenarios of a player getting more playtime or he's getting more stardom, and then it you can address it in a press conference. So I kind of like that. It has a lot of modes in the main menu to kind of keep you away from the game to have that full control access over the owner's mode, so to speak, or the coach's mode, which I played from. So I'm not a huge fan. Usually just like playing the game. So, but they took away the option of just being able to lock a player and just play a season as a player anymore. So, unfortunately, I don't have that option anymore. So, I have to be more involved into the behind the scenes type deal. But this game makes it a lot easier. But it has so many different options that it'll take all day to play this game. But nobody has that type of time, or at least I don't have that type of time to invest that much into it. So, mostly I played the game. But it's nice to have the option at least. But the gameplay is what separated and made me think they're on the right direction with this game. The gameplay was amazing. The sounds, the loudness of the crowd, the music in the background, the fastness of the gameplay is a lot faster than the previous Maddens have been. This might have been the fastest gameplay in Madden I've ever seen. The likeness of the player, especially the quarterbacks, the way they set up the offense, the way they're calling out audibles, things like that, the nuances and the pageantry of the game. They fixed all of this stuff, and I believe I talked about this before because of college football and the influence that it had on the industry. So I believe this gameplay is a lot better, and they definitely paid attention to detail and really locked in. And I think it still has improvements, but they're heading into the right direction, and hopefully they keep this momentum going because it's very important for us gamers, especially football gamers. But the commentary could have been better, especially in the games, the non-primetime games. The primetime games, here in the primetime analysts, it feels like you're playing or watching the video, watching the real games. But it's like that in real life as well. So I'm not going to gripe about that. But this game does make you pay attention to the substitutes. similar to college football because they have that wear and tear system pause that college football has, and um, but I think it's even worse on Madden because if you run the ball 3 or 4 times with the same person, they're going to take him out, and he's going to keep getting injured throughout the game perpetually, and it's going to get very irritating. And you can only do subs for the next play, I believe. You have to go to the main menu to do a sub permanently, but it just gets very irritating. But it makes the game a lot more realistic and authentic. That's why I keep it on because it feels like the real game almost. And it's more difficult to pass on this game, which I like. I can't just run streak routes and get 300 yards receiving every game to the previous due to the just like the previous editions you were able to do. So it's a lot different. And of course, I'm playing on like the third highest level, so it's going to be a little difficult anyway. But you can run a lot better on this game. But similar, the only thing is the wear and tear system. You got to switch these running backs out every other play, and it can get pretty tedious. But nevertheless, you're able to run a little bit more in this game. But it's not like you're able to break out a 50-yard game gains and all over the place, but it's a lot easier. But my first impression is that this Madden is head above heels over the previous Maddens, the last 6 Maddens or so. And, the competition that college football has provided has given us a better product, I believe, as a result of their success and their hype. And Madden started to see some slippage because usually they didn't have any competition in the football game system because there's no 2K anymore. There's no NFL Blitz and things like that. So they don't have any other competition as far as the simulation football games go. So them having competition now, they had to step up their game, even though it's the same both for an EA Sports world. But nevertheless, Madden felt like they had a lot of slippage, so they had to fix it. But this gameplay is left a lot better, and I think it is worth the money. So if you definitely have the opportunity, definitely get the game and check it out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Faster gameplay, more pageantry, just all better round feel. It feels like they're getting back to the old Madden days. Tell me what your thoughts about Madden, and until next time, I'll see you next time.